Casey Kleiman stabbed at that pitch on the outside edge. He threw so many similar pitches in that one at bat, and he was able to finally get one to right field. And he scores 2 runs right up the middle is Cato Kleiman to take the lead. Jamal Ritter scores. His brother Casey is rounding third, and he scores to make it an 8-6 ball game. 2-2. Miles Walton gets on top of it. It's gloved by the third baseman Nobles. He's got a long throw to first base, and it gets away from the first baseman Romero, and it goes to that backstop. Miles Walton turns and goes to second, and in front of him is Austin Holler, who's now at third. So a throwing error by the third baseman, but he had a tough play at that third base bag.
The guy, Casey Dill, always puts him there.
And he goes after a pitch, and he pops it up in the left field side. Notori goes to his right shoulder. He picks it up, and tagging up is Austin Holler to make it a 3-2 ball game. So sacrifice fly by Mark Kirkland is able to get the Power back in front here in the bottom of the third to make it a 3-2 ball game. For KJ Moon, man at first and second. And it is well hit to right field, up in the way towards that right center gap, and it will get out of the park. KJ Moon adds number 2 to the stat sheet with a 3-run home run over the right center wall. It's a 3-1 count here for Kirkland. And he gets a really good piece of this one to center field. It's drilling down into the warning track. Takes a one-hopper off the wall. This will bring in Gonzalez very easily. Walton stops in his tracks at third, and Kirkland's got himself a double. 4-0 now, the Power. The infield is wide open right down the middle, and a balk! As Bobby Mahoney feels the pressure, he rolls over the mound, and the first runs of the game for the Power will score.
And that was just a mistake on his part because he lost his balance and he stumbled backwards, resulting in a balk. So Keaton Nato scores, Austin Holler goes to third, and KJ Moon is now at second. And it's still a 0-1 count for Jamal Ritter.
Everyone moves over 90 feet, 3-1 ball game. 0-1 count. Jamal Ritter lays one up in the air towards left field. Running in is Rios. He will make the catch in shallow left field. And that's how the inning ends. The Power able to knock in the first runs of the game. It's 3-1 now, and they're down to their final chance, as we'll see if they can hold off the Pirates in the top of the ninth. We'll be back here in just a few. And every time McNeely has started this year, he's not gone more than 4 innings pitched. But the last time, when he played against the Colton Nighthawks back on July 1st, he went for 5 innings and was able to get the win in that game as he held off the Colton Nighthawks to just 2 runs in that effort. Those 2 runs that came by were unearned too, as he checks over the first base with Isaiah Walls sticking close by. And we talked about the ability of J.D. McNeely not going a far length in games, but he's able to just hold off teams enough for the rest of the pitching staff. And the Power, the idea is to not have pitchers go for so long, unless your name is Angel Landazuri, but the ability to have all these other relief pitchers come in and have some play time.
And it is similar to any season you'll really see. It's not just, summer ball's not exactly the same as your collegiate season as that one goes outside. But it's a similar model. The first couple of games, the first couple of weeks, you're kind of easing into it. You haven't thrown in probably a week or 2 or 3, depending on if your team made regionals or how far they went, depending on the level and if they made the playoffs or not. But once you really get into it, you might see 4, 5, 6.
That popped up in the air from Waldy Perez. Meanwhile, Isaiah Walls was stealing as Miles Walton makes the catch in center field. So Walls has to go back to first, and now there's 2 outs in the inning.
And it's also at the collegiate level in summer ball, you're dealing with coaches, you're dealing with athletic directors, and you're dealing with a lot of these guys have their own personal pitching coaches too that have them on their own plan, or again, with the collegiate coaches, they're working with the owners and front office of these teams and just establishing what their guys can and can't do.
And it makes a lot of sense as the first pitch is delivered. Ball 1 here to Darren Osterloh. 2-0 the ball game, just to catch you up. We're here on the bottom of the second inning between the Pirates and the Power. And when you talk about summer ball in particular, like you said, there goes a runner in Walls. And the throw not in time as it was a little bit upstairs wide by Matt Chavez behind the plate. So there's a stolen base by Isaiah Walls here. He's in scoring position now with 2 outs. And it's a matter about coaches, understanding, because you are now under a microscope in summer ball. You don't want to overextend your ability to do it. And if you get injured in summer ball, that's a tough pill for a lot of coaches to swallow.
Yeah, because, let's be honest, summer ball, it does matter, but it's not the priority. It's not the bigger picture for these guys. It's to be able to get reps, to be able to get better, and to be able to continue playing and to get in front of possibly some other coaches or scouts. But it's not to get hurt, and it's not to possibly be detrimental towards your next season.
2-0 count here for Osterloh. He should watch a strike 1. He has a 2-1 count. There's 2 outs here. Power up 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. And that same thing goes for things like the Power Summer Collegiate League. You're playing games every single day. You're hopeful that you're not trying to go more than 100 pitches, but there are cases where that does happen, and we've seen that plenty of times. As McNeely throws strike 2 for a 2-2 count here against Darren Osterloh near the bottom of the lineup. He's in the 8th spot today. And for the PSCL, that's a different matter because there are a lot of uncommitted players in that league too that are looking for a new home. And the idea is to really do your best, but not overextend. As a big swing and a miss from Darren Osterloh as he goes down, strikeout swinging. Another man left on base for the Pirates as they get the second man on board through this game early here at UC Riverside. 2-0 as we're off to the third.